going, keep going, keep going. Just making sure we all get through. Up a little bit just to get us all back together.
Guys, stop. No. Just go to the side a little bit more. Just go to the side. Get past us. Push a bit.
Okay folks, as we make our way through the portcullis gate here, just keep your eyes to the walls, okay? You'll see the hooks in the wall where the original set of doors once stood for a hand hung from. You'll see a second set of doors, then you'll see the portcullis gate, and then the final set of hooks in the wall as well, just showing us there was 4 lines of defence historically here. So let's make our way right through the gate now, folks.
Called the nail points. They're just like these.
Okay, we'll just head over this way. Folks, come and gather up here for me, please. Just come and gather up this bit here. It's a lot more interesting looking that way than looking at some rocks. Okay, folks, we've got space right around here as well. We'll just fill up this little gap right here, just so we're all in here together. We can all get a good look at what we're looking at, and we're also going to be looking. It's a bit more misty today, but guys, we just step up off the main path though, just so we're not blocking things there, just so we're all up here. Those of you who are on the tour, those of you who are not. And so folks, welcome into the castle, okay? We made it. Congratulations. You made it further than any attacking army ever did. Very easy, right? They didn't have a ticketing system back then. It was a bit more difficult back then. But we made it through the gates, okay? 4 lines of defence, and we're now standing where many attacking armies would never actually reach. However, Edinburgh Castle does hold a record today. That record is it is the most besieged castle in the United Kingdom. This castle has been laid siege to on 26 separate occasions, with the majority of the besiegements, in fact, being successful. So if they weren't able to take it by force, what is it they were actually doing? Well, you have to be quite smart about it if you want to take a hold of this castle, okay? Castle's greatest defence is its location. I mean, look where we're standing. Look where we are right now. Of course you put your settlement here. First of all, you can see for miles and miles, long before anyone could spot you up here. Second of all, we got here up the Royal Mile. Is there really any other way we could have gotten here? No. Only one way to get here. Up on this crag, there's only one way you have to defend this castle as well, and that's in that direction, right? Defending it in that direction, perfect. But that's also your greatest weakness, right? Because your food supply can only come in from one direction. So that's what people started to do. They cut off the food supply to the castle and eventually starved the people out of the castle, okay? That was a good way to get rid of them. There's a water source at the top of the castle called the Four Well. Find that source. Poison the water source, get them really sick. That'll get them out of the castle as well. And there was one time when England actually held this castle, and the Scots soldiers were very keen to take hold of it. Every single week down at the docks at Leith, the English supply vessels would arrive. One week the Scottish army decided to ambush this vessel, killed everyone on board, stole all of their uniforms, and they came to the gates. They knocked on the door, the gates were opened up, they put on their best English accents. I'm outnumbered today, so I'm not doing an English accent, but they put on their best English accents, tricked them into believing they were English soldiers. They all let them in as they were coming in, jamming everything open on their way in, and then hundreds upon hundreds of soldiers would storm the place, and they took hold of the castle that way as well. There was one time, though, before the gate existed, that the castle was taken, but not up the Royal Mile, up the cliff. And this is to do with the two people at the main entrance to the castle, okay? Robert the Bruce and William Wallace, two freedom fighters from a period of our history known as the Scottish Wars of Independence. This period where Scotland's throne lay vacant and Scotland and England were at battle, at war with each other over the rights to that vacant Scottish throne. This is the period of time with Edward I, Robert the Bruce, William Wallace and all that, okay? Alexander III was the king at the time here in Scotland, here in Edinburgh Castle. He said to his men one day, "My future queen awaits me across in Fife. I must see her tonight." And they're like, "Well, there's quite a bad storm coming today, so maybe wait till tomorrow." And he's like, "No, you don't understand. I really need to see my queen tonight." And they're like,